It's good to be back in the WWE. I've been hearing a lot about that kid Jett Storm lately. If he's really a star like everyone says he is, he'll take on a special match that I've put together for him. What's up, YouTube? This is Mathis97, and welcome to episode number 28 of Jett Storm's My Career Mode here in WWE 2K15. And what? 2K, you sure about this one? Rick. I mean, I don't think Jett Storm. Yeah, this is some vintage My Career Mode for you. This right here. So tonight, Jett Storm is going to be taking on The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin in a tag team match. And guess who? Guess who Jett Storm's tag team partner is? No. It's going to be really funny. You're just going to. Just wait and see. It's gonna be really funny. Trust me. It's gonna be hilarious. I mean, it must be hilarious. That's what 2K is trying to do here, right? We're trying to have some sort of. Oh, this is a comedic moment right now. I mean, this match, because you know, Jett Storm is totally ready for this kind of a match. You know, against legends like The Rock and Stone Cold. Totally. This is totally what would happen. Oh, and yeah, and Mark Henry. Mark Henry's our tag team partner. You know the man Jett Storm has teamed up with so many times and is a well-defined ally of Jett Storm's. You know, not somebody who just completely squashed Jett Storm in a match a couple of times that... I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say except vintage career mode. Because that's exactly what this is. So anyway... welcome to another episode. Jett Storm tonight teaming up with Mark Henry to take on The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin in a tag team match on SmackDown, no less. Not on Raw, not on a pay-per-view or anything like that. No, just on a random episode of SmackDown. You know, because that totally happens all the time. We see legends like Hulk Hogan and The Rock and Stone Cold and Sting and The Undertaker. They just show up willy-nilly on episodes of SmackDown anymore, because that's exactly how we book things. I don't know. I mean, I guess, Sting does show up on Raw, but he doesn't really count. I don't know why I even mentioned Sting. Because Sting's a completely different story. When I'm thinking, like, retired wrestlers, veterans, like... I mean, Rock and Stone Cold, two of the biggest superstars in the industry, and they just show up for a random tag team match against some virtually... I mean, Jett Storm's not a main eventer. He's virtually a nobody, in the grand scheme of the WWE machine. And here are two guys, two legends, biggest superstars of the Attitude Era, just here to team up and take on Jett Storm and a random tag team partner in a tag team match. Well, that's 2K's booking for you. But anyway, this is the kickoff to the Payback month, the Payback rivalry. At the end of this month, Jett Storm is going to be teaming up with somebody, whether that'll be Mark Henry, if Mark Henry is going to be Jett Storm's, long-term tag team partner. And I mean, maybe I could understand it if Storm was teaming up with one of the top superstars in the company, somebody like a Daniel Bryan, or maybe even a Dolph Ziggler, maybe a John Cena, even an Orton, somebody who is at the top or is on the verge of being at the top, and can take the company in a new direction. Maybe even somebody like a Roman Reigns. Although I guess at this point in career mode, Reigns is one of the biggest heels in the company, teaming with the Shield. Or maybe one of the biggest faces. I don't know what they were at this point in the game. But just somebody who can lead the company in a new direction for the future. But now let's throw in Mark Henry, which I guess in another sense could work, considering he's more of a veteran. He's been in this company, one of the standard bearers in the locker room. Guys to sort of set the example, kind of take people under their wing. But then at the same time, why wouldn't you... I don't know. Why? Because it's not like Jett Storm is like the protege to Mark Henry or anything. So I don't understand exactly what 2K was going for here. I mean, if they could have at least set up some sort of tag team storyline where Jett Storm could have, worked together, find himself a tag team partner, and then set up this matchup. But nah, let's just throw it away on an episode of SmackDown. This Jett Storm is some random tag team partner. Well, let's just do that. That makes sense, right? Right? I mean, that's totally what would happen. Anyway, rant over. And let's focus in on the matchup right now. So it's Jett Storm and The Rock, the two legal participants in this one. And belly-to-belly suplex there by The Rock, taking down Jett Storm. And there's a cover by The Rock, but that's a rope break. Jett Storm's feet able to be under the bottom rope and force the rope break. But in other news, unrelated to this career mode, I just want to let you guys know. So we see Rock hits a spine buster right there. Bone-shattering spine buster there. Spine on the pine. And, well, I'll get to my little update in a little bit. It's The Rock. The Rock, he's setting up Jett Storm. He's going to go for the Rock bottom. But Jett Storm counters with some elbows to the side of the head. And here's Jett Storm now. Eye of the Storm. The standing cutter by Jett Storm. And that could be it. Storm for the cover. 1, 2. No, Rock kicks out at 2. But Jett Storm maybe could be... Oh, he's going for it. Kick to the gut. DDT right there. Spiking the head of The Rock off the mat. And now Jett Storm looking to turn this thing around for his team as he's setting up The Rock for a drop kick right to the face. That could break your teeth, chip some teeth right there. But Rock counters an Irish whip. Storm goes over the top rope. And here's The Rock. Well, he was going for something, but oh, now he hangs up Jett Storm there on the ropes. But anyway, back to the update. You know, this is going to be a week where it's probably going to be my career mode videos. Although I will say that I do have a universe mode video, like, edited and whatnot, but it has a promo for it that I haven't gotten the chance to write out yet. And just, you know, there's a few other circumstances that when I was recording cutscenes the other day, I missed, like, 1 or 2. I don't know how I ended up doing that. I just forgot to add it in the moment, I guess. So I gotta record a little bit more. I gotta hook up the PS3 again at some point. But that's not for the immediate episode, but it is fairly shortly. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is this week is probably going to be more My Career videos, which, you know, is not necessarily a bad thing. There are people who watch the My Career series, and at the same time, I want to kind of wrap this series up as soon as possible, so if I can upload these videos in, like, binges like this, then I'm okay with that. That works. So then I can look forward to a potential GM mode series once again on the channel. But, as for right now, though, I mean... Not only, I'm working on editing the universe and other videos as well, but I'm also working on potentially setting up something, you know, I'm not going to go into too much detail on it, but wait a minute, kick to the gut there by Jett Storm, as I'll get back to that point in a moment, but Jett Storm, he's gonna storm out, as he hits the somersault cutter on Stone Cold, and there's a cover, hooks the leg, could that be it? 2, 3, no, Stone Cold kicks out. And, you know, that's to be expected from a legend like Stone Cold. And the same goes for The Rock. To just, you know, they've kicked out of each other's finishers in classic matchups at WrestleMania in the past. So you've got to think it's going to take more than one finisher to put these men away. But as I was saying, I am working on something else, you know, related to YouTube. It's not necessarily, it's not a video, although it is, well, you know, it will be a video in the future, I guess. But I'm working on something, trying to set up something universe mode related, but I don't want to go into too much detail on that. All I have to say is just stay tuned, and it's going to be something special. I'm not going to say who or what it involves, what it's about, but I will say that you'll probably enjoy it. So you just want to stay tuned and wait, because I want to keep it a secret for the time being until I've got everything all good to go. But of course, WrestleMania is approaching in my universe mode as well, which does mean a WWE draft. And like I said before, that's going to take some editing in its own right, because I am going to plan out the draft. I mean, oh wait a minute, Stone Cold Stunner! Stone Cold Stunner by Austin, and that could do it. Austin hooks the leg, but he doesn't get Storm away from the ropes. Forces a rope break, and that's a lucky break for Storm, no pun intended. But he did manage to get to the ropes there and keep himself alive in this matchup. But that was a bit of potential ring rust from Stone Cold. You know, not aware of his presence in the ring where he was. But Jett Storm right now, oh, he's calling for the calm before the storm here. And we know we've seen this before. There's the drop. Nope, he missed the drop kick to the knee. And that's going to give Austin a critical opening. That was a big mistake by Storm. But Storm manages to counter with a nice arm breaker there. And now he's just kind of measuring Austin. He's going to try to set him up for it again. Can he hit the... No, Austin, he sensed it coming, was going to make a tag to the Rocket. Almost looked like, or at least he was stepping out of the way. Storm misses a drop kick. But look at this. Eye of the Storm. What a beautiful move there by Storm. He was able to think quickly on his feet and instead turned it into that cutter right there. And now Storm. Oh, is he going to make a tag? He does. Tags in Mark Henry. And the world's strongest man delivers an uppercut to Stone Cold and now knocks the Rock off the ropes. And Mark Henry, you know, he's got a groggy, a battered Stone Cold right now as he delivers a nice backbreaker there. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Mark Henry off the hot tag. You know, all the damage Jett Storm had done, Mark Henry was able to come in, pick up the pieces, and score the win. You really are a top-tier superstar, but there are superstars and there are legends. You have a long way to go before you're a legend like myself. Keep doing what you're doing, though. I have another challenge for you next week. So, looks like Ric Flair has another tag team match in store for Jett Storm. Will we be teaming up with Mark Henry again? We're just going to have to wait and see. I have another surprise matchup for you this week. Go out there and show me what you got, kid. Jett Storm, go knock him dead. So, let's find out. Here tonight, well, Jett Storm is teaming up with Daniel Bryan, which I think would have made a little more sense for last week's matchup, but tonight, Jett Storm is teaming up with Bryan to take on Ryback and Justin Gabriel in tag team action. And aren't these just some weird tag teams? I mean, why would Ryback and Justin Gabriel be on a team? Any thoughts, any ideas on that? I mean, I really don't know. I mean, I guess it's a good power-speed combination, but, I mean, you could have had Ryback, you could have had International Airstrike, you could have put Tyson Kidd in there. I'm really not sure what... I'm not sure what 2K is trying to do here with this booking. But back to Universe mode, the WWE Draft is approaching. Of course, that'll be the week following WrestleMania, and I'm planning on putting in some big time editing into that. I'm gonna go all out for that WWE Draft. So, I mean, I am gonna plan out probably who's gonna be drafted where, but I think I've got some nice surprises that you're really gonna enjoy. I mean, I've already got an idea in my head as to who's gonna get drafted where, and hopefully some of them can catch you by surprise. And, you know, you're just gonna have to wait and stay tuned for how that's gonna go down. But nice clothesline there from Jett Storm. But yeah, WrestleMania is just gonna be a big time in general. Like I said, I think I've said it before in a previous career episode or maybe universe episode, but I am gonna try to do a promo for the majority of the matches. I know with Elimination Chamber, I went back to that kind of older style where I did, you know, just like an overall match card. And that was mainly because, well, I mean, that was my plan from the beginning, but also I didn't really give myself a whole lot of time to, I mean, I put in about the same amount of time working on that video as I normally would for a promo, but it was more of a last minute thing. Like, I finished it the day before I uploaded it, and normally it would be, like, for my TLC one, I finished that, like, months before I ever uploaded it. So that, I don't know, that was just kind of interesting, the way things just kind of worked out. The Royal Rumble one, those ones I probably finished maybe like a week before I had them uploaded or so. I'm not sure exactly what the thing with WrestleMania is going to be, but I did say before that I am going to be including some My Career footage, like, you know, if I would need anything from, like, something for the Shield or something for Cena, Bryan, you know, if I happen to stumble across a cutscene, because I have recorded a bit further ahead in career mode to get more of the storylines, and there are a few cutscenes that pop up there, and of course cutscenes from previous episodes if there's anything that I can use. And the same goes with Showcase, if I can get some good Showcase cutscenes to use, because I mean, with, like I said, I'm kind of limited this year as to what all I can use for the game, because I don't have Story Designer to get those kind of cutscenes, excuse me. But what I can do, oh, look at this. Look at this nice double team move there from Storm and Bryan, as that's like a reverse suplex, dropping Bryan down onto Justin Gabriel there. Well, looks like Jett Storm and Daniel Bryan have developed a little bit of chemistry. We're able to work together here tonight. But they do have similar styles as well, so they should, you know, I think they'd make a better tag team than Storm and Henry did. And, you know, also here tonight, Jett Storm has given Daniel Bryan more of an opportunity to compete in this matchup, whereas last week, Storm basically did all the work himself, and then tagged in Mark Henry basically to finish it off. which, you know, it worked. So, I mean, you can't really complain about that. But we'll see if this strategy here tonight is going to work with similar success as last week's. But as I was also saying with career mode, not career, with the promos for Universe, I mean, especially with the new DLC that's coming out, like the Hall of Pain and the, what was it, One More Match. I mean, especially with what happened. Spoiler alerts, of course, if you haven't seen the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view yet, I implore, that's not the word, what am I trying to say? I encourage you to go watch it, if you have not. But if you haven't, I'm going to give you the spoiler alert now. Leave this video, pause it, skip ahead, if you don't want to hear what I'm saying, but if you haven't seen it. Anywho, but especially since Christian won the World Heavyweight Championship in the Elimination Chamber, I figured, you know, it'd be good to have, like, if there's some One More Match cutscenes I can use that involve, I mean, and that applies the same for, you know, the Hustle, Loyalty, Disrespect. If there's anything I can use with Cena or Punk, you know, if for some reason I would ever need something for Triple H or Shawn Michaels, I could always use the, what's the Best Friend, Bitter Enemies. Could use that one. Hall of Pain would be good for Mark Henry. And, of course, One More Match for Orton, Christian, that sort of thing. So, I mean, if I can use it, I'm going to, because it's a good source for video, for cinematic video that would make for a good, good material for a promo video, kind of like that. But as you can see right now, the Ryback's, he's undergoing his comeback there as he took Storm down with a nice spine buster, and now delivers a meat hook clothesline. Nearly beheaded Jett Storm. That could do it. He's going to go for the cover, but that's a rope break. Jett Storm's foot under the bottom rope. Ryback unaware of his ring presence. But look at Storm. Countered. I think Ryback might have been going for the shell shock there. But Jett Storm did manage to counter it. And oh, Enziguri! Kick to the side of the head of Ryback. And Jett Storm, he's calling for the Shining Wizard, the calm before the storm. Well, he misses the drop kick there. He made that same mistake last week. And there he hits it. Kicks out the knees of Ryback. And that's going to set up the Shining Wizard. He goes off the ropes. And he hits the calm before the storm. And now Jett Storm, there's only one thing left for... Oh no, Storm actually makes a tag. Looks like he's looking to try to share the benefits with Daniel Bryan. Bryan's actually going to go for a cover, which, you know, that's a good idea. Kind of gives Storm a bit more time to recover, even though Gabriel is going to break that one up. But now Daniel Bryan forced Ryback to use a little bit more energy. And now Bryan. Well, Bryan, there's a kick to the leg. And here we go. This is vintage Daniel Bryan right here, firing up the crowd, firing up the yes movement as he continues to kick Ryback in the chest. And one to the head for good measure. Bryan may have just knocked Ryback out cold. Goes for the pin, but there's Justin Gabriel to break it up. But now Jett Storm looks like Storm looking to get himself a piece of Justin Gabriel, try to keep Gabriel out of the match here. And Bryan right now, he's got Ryback right where he wants him here with a nice kick to the back of the head. Storm, meanwhile, has got Gabriel out on the outside. Oh, and Storm, he's looking for Storm out. And Daniel Bryan inside the ring delivers the knee almost simultaneously there. Finisher for finisher. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. And that's chemistry for you right there. Bryan and Jett Storm get the win here tonight. And they were almost completely in sync here tonight. Wouldn't they make for a good tag team? Jett Storm and Daniel Bryan. Similar styles. You know, I think they'd make for a really good team. If only this storyline would last like that, where I could actually get into a tag team. Unfortunately, that is not the case, but even so, tonight Bryan and Storm, they definitely showed a lot of chemistry between each other. And they proved that they can work together as a tag team. They can coexist and take down forces like Ryback and Justin Gabriel. But I have to say, for an impromptu tag team matchup, just to kind of randomly throw these two together, they did a really good job. See, there was a nice double team move right there. And then, of course, in the end, where they both hit their finishers almost at the exact same moments, like frame for frame, they were in the exact same position. But anyway, that is it for this episode of My Career Mode. I hope you all enjoyed the video, as Daniel Bryan and Jett Storm are going to celebrate here tonight, celebrate the victory, and Jett Storm will continue his path to payback in the next episode. So I want to thank you all for watching. Keep on YouTubing.